well, just like usual, back doing some more scouting. I'm actually going to go on the southern side of the property that was in the last video, where we got the trail camera pictures and we're getting a pretty good idea of how the deer are moving through the property. But there's an area on this far south side that I want to go take a look at, so headed in now. Got a trail camera with me. If I can't find a spot for it down here, if this doesn't look good, there's a little piece that's up here. If I can find a place to park there, because that's looks like it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, just finding a place to park along the side of the road. But if I can find a spot, we might go there if we can't find a good spot here. So, well, let's head in. Should be real quick. We'll see what we find. Slight change of plans, because it's lightning pretty good. So we're just going to sit in the truck and wait her out, because out here with no trees, I'm the tallest thing. So I'm not going to go walk around in a lightning storm. So we'll sit and wait, make sure it's going to go by us, and then we'll get out and go see what's over there. Come down, there's one here in front of me, one behind me. They kind of stop once they hit the hill over here and then run down and connect really well into this piece of private. So that's kind of why we're here. These draws are just a different, they kind of stand out on the map when you're looking at this property, because it's relatively hilly, but it's kind of just gentle sloping, and you hit these two draws on the south end, probably away from where most people go, and it looks like it could be a good spot where deer are going to hang out. Really secluded, can't see the road from here, whereas all the other spots you can see the road, see both sides, so it's secluded. You know, and these draws are really good, especially in sandhill country, for bucks and does to bed in, because it just gives them that little bit of cover that they're needing. And obviously we found a couple beds just on this side of the hill, top 1/3 of the hill, like we see, you know, if you're back east in whitetail country, same premise, top 1/3 of the hill, like I mentioned, bedded here, looking out as far as they can see over all that stuff wind at their back. So same principles is that we're doing for scouting in eastern Nebraska. There's just no trees here. So in eastern Nebraska there'd be trees on this hill, here there's not. But that's kind of how things lay out, how this property lays out, what we've found so far. So hopefully we'll go up here, find a spot for this trail camera, and maybe, hopefully, find some more deer sign. There's some old rubs going into this thick brushy stuff, so kind of just do a hot lap around it maybe. See what we see. And a couple more rubs. So there's a line along that edge, and then there's some right here on this side. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're walking here, if there's not some bucks, maybe even bedding in here later on in the year when some of that cover goes down. And this is kind of one of the only places left that there could be some bucks bedding here. If nothing else, they're walking this edge, so might be able to put a trail camera right up there and see what it gets. So that's kind of the gut feeling I have right now, is to put a trail camera right there, because we know there's some deer coming through. So that might be what I go with. Well, this doesn't happen to me very often, but walking through here, definitely going to put the trail camera up, and I'll show you why. Right there, it's an old one. He's been out here for a while, probably 2 years old, but really thick, and if he's still alive, he's going to be really good. Look at the side of that brow tine. So, not the best condition shed I've ever found, but really heavy, and it doesn't look like he's very old, so if he's still around, it's going to be a good one. So gonna look for the other side here maybe somewhere, and see if we can't find it, but definitely gonna put the trail camera up on that hill probably, because I'm guessing with how thick this stuff is, if there's any sort of cover, deer are using it out here in the sandhills. So there has to be deer using this throughout the year. Maybe bucks taking does here, but the thing I've learned so far, any cover, tree, anything, there's going to be deer using it. This is proof that deer walk through here, and the beds, the rubs, just means there's deer using this area. And for me and Brody, that's all we need to know, is that there's deer using the area, there's bucks using the area. We'll find a way to hunt them, and that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to do some more investigating around here, especially now, and see what we can't find. We're going to hang this trail camera somewhere, probably be back hunting this side and the other side now this fall. So cool find. I don't usually get lucky in finding that stuff very often, but looked like it was a 5-pointer. 2 of the antlers got chewed off, so really tight racked 5x5 probably, but hopefully we can find the other side. We'll know for sure, but hopefully he's still alive around here somewhere. And the other thing this tells me, this was pretty much out in the open, that no like other hunters have, you know, thought about walking over here, because you'd see this pretty easy. So it's another good sign that maybe hunting pressure is a little bit lower. One more kind of clue that I want to hit on is at the top of these broadleaf kind of trees or shrubs here have all been nibbled off. So obviously there's deer coming around eating the tops off these plants. So kind of to go back through everything and kind of put it all together for you. What first got us here was that it was just kind of an anomaly on the map. It looked different, it stood out to us. So when that happens to us when we're looking at maps, we definitely go there and check it out, because more times than not, your gut feeling's right. So that's why we're here. The first draw that kind of connected a little bit better on the map didn't have much in it. This draw got these trees, shrubs, more cover, more, plant diversity in general, has way more action in it. We've seen those 2 beds back up on the hill. Coming around the edge, we saw a couple old rubs, lets us know there's bucks in the area, bucks walking through. We got down here, got really lucky, found that shed. So now we know there's bucks in the area. We also know that not too many humans, hunters are back here, just based on it was out in the open. Anybody walking by is gonna walk right here, should have seen it. So that tells us human pressure is relatively low. Then we're finding some sign that recently deer have been here eating off the tops of these plants. So putting all that together, that's enough for us, even if I wasn't gonna hang the camera, to come back and hunt, but now it's definitely enough to hang that camera. So that's all the information that I'm using to kind of put together in this spot and know that I wanna hang a trail camera here and probably hunt here. So now we're gonna walk around this, see what else we can find, and then we'll also find a spot to hang this trail camera. All right, camera's up. The spot's been scouted. Got done what we wanted to do. Know there's some deer in the area. Got the trail camera up. So like I said, we'll just come back probably in a couple weeks, just because we don't know if it's placed in the right spot. If I knew it was placed in the right spot, I'd let it sit a little bit longer. I want to make sure I got it in a spot the deer are walking. So we'll come back in a couple weeks probably, check it, and then if it's in a good spot, we'll leave it. If not, like I mentioned, we'll move it down. But kind of just one of those spots we saw on the map. Kind of seems like it might be a good spot. So we'll let that trail camera sit, do its thing, and then we'll go from there. But it could be a good spot for us. So thanks for watching, and we'll have some more scouting videos out here out west for you coming soon.
We'll be serviced to wait for you.